What's up, guys? It's the Gundam Hunter, and today I'm here to talk about this. Are you trying to save money customizing your Gundam, or are you just trying to waste your time? Let's find out. I can't remember what the brand is, but there's like 15 different ones of these if you search chisel or panel line scriber or anything to that effect on Amazon. They're all around the same price, $20 to $25, and they all come with a holder and then 7 different chisels. And I thought that was a good deal at first. And then I used them. I think there might be a reason why BMC and SAD panel liners are $30 a piece. Of the 7 here, I found that 3 of them were actually sharp enough to do anything. Anything over the 0.4, I believe, was just about useless. And I'll show you what I mean. I wanted to explain a little bit about myself and what this channel is going to be about, because this is my first YouTube video. I started building Gunpla about 2 or 3 years ago, and I really became obsessed with it. I've always been into anime and drawing and pretty much all things artistic. So when I found Gundam and started watching more and more Gundam YouTubers, it was something that really caught my attention to see how much you can really do with these tiny little robots. I watched a lot of people like Ray Studios, Frosted Snow, It's a Gunpla, and just became really inspired to change my Gundam and make them my own thing. This YouTube channel pretty much to catalog my advancement in the art of Gundam and Gunpla building. I want to become as good as Studio G and Ray Studios. Maybe not him, because he's crazy, but you get the point. I want to advance my own skill to the point of being someone that can do commission work if I wanted to look at a Gunpla and see the before and after of it and be happy with the results. And this is really the first kit that I'm taking on besides my entry grade build that I did, that I'm challenging myself to do new things. So, like I said, I'm not that experienced with this. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there that have been doing this for years and years that have a lot to tell me about the way I'm doing things, or a lot of knowledge to share about ways to do things better. I feel like this community needs more personality, because this is an amazing hobby, and there's a lot of YouTubers that kind of don't make it seem that fun, and I want to make it seem fun and very inclusive and for everyone, basically. I love building Gundam with my son, and he's 5 years old, and I just feel like there's a lot of gatekeeping and attitudes in this community that stop other people from wanting to jump in. So, this is the kit I'm going to be showing you guys how these scribers work on. This is the Hardy Gun Silhouette Formula 91. This is like an old line from 1992 that I found for $20 at my local used video game store. I snapped this kit together, and it has limited articulation, it has terrible seam lines, and it has stickers that were peeling off as soon as I put it together. So naturally, it's the perfect canvas for me to practice and get better at my Gundam skills. So, let's open this box and see how these scribers do. Oh shit, I dropped one. Alright. So the one that seems to work the best for me is the 0.2. Now, the way these come is with separated liners. Now, okay. I got my panel line tape on already, and I've already started to make a line. I didn't want to show you guys all that because it's quite a boring process, and I kind of still have clumsy hands when it comes to this panel lining tape. It usually takes me multiple tries to get my tape on the way I want it to be. To put these in, you just use an Allen key and tighten that little nut, and then bam, it's in. I use my pinky, and sorry, I'm left-handed, so it's going to be hard for you guys to see this. But I use my pinky to stabilize my hand a little bit and just follow that guide tape. I've heard multiple tips about panel lining good. Fast strokes seem to make for smoother panel lines. When I first started, I was having a real problem gouging out my design. So by the time I was done, I'd have deep and good panel lines, but they looked like ass. So this one seems to work the best. I got smooth lines, nice and deep. But I had to go over them 30 times. And from what I've seen with the BMC chisels, or even with the despaced chisels, you don't have to do it all like that. And next week, I will be getting into the spade chisels, the starter set. And I can do a review on those when I get those and compare them to these. But this one seems to be the sharpest one out of the bunch. I've only used them on 2 kits, and I broke the 0.1. And all the wider ones seem to barely work. So let me find an example of one I did with one of the wider ones. Right here. This bottom one I did with like the 0.6, I think. And you can barely see it. But I'm going to peel this tape off and show you guys what it looks like. The toothbrush. All right. There we go. All right, here's my piece. And it came out pretty good. This is the 0.2. Pretty happy with that. Now, just for comparison's sake, let's look at a wider one. I'm not sure what this size is. I labeled them all when I first got them because they don't come labeled. But all my writing has come off of it. I'm sure if I put them all in order and actually like looked up the Amazon post, I could figure it out, but that seems like too much effort for this. This is a piece I was working on last night, And I was just trying to do two, if it'll get into focus. Except for that bottom line right here. The one at the bottom of the pocket I made. I find out of this set the 0.2 works the best. So let's see how a wider one will work in comparison. I was working on this piece last night and I couldn't seem to get the depth I wanted out of it. And I had panel line tape on it. It's just I've already got a pretty good indentation on it. So my scriber can just follow that line. Okay. So I know this might be hard to see on that little line, but this is after about 40 passes. And it really didn't do much. That's kind of a quick demonstration, but I don't want to bore you guys with me scribing. I just wanted to show you a little bit of an example of what these can do. Now, is this worth the $20? Ultimately, that's up to you. Personally, I would say no, because Display has a $50 set that's much better, from what I've heard. Next week, I'll be getting those in, and then I can do another video about those for you guys if you're interested in that. I'm also getting the Display Vice because I need something more stable to do all my panel line scribing on, and that seems to be the best thing. And I already used the Display panel line tape, so I might as well be displayed out, you know what I mean? Now, is this worth the $25? Ultimately, I would say no. Display has a much better option for just $25 more. When you're buying a set of 7 scribes and only 2 are sharp, it doesn't seem very worth it to me to waste your money on this. Now, if you're just trying to see if you would like it or if it's something worth practicing on, I would say yes to a point. But like I said before, some of them don't even work. The wider ones just seem to gouge at the plastic, even though I'm holding it at a consistent angle and scribing smoothly. While the 0.1 and the 0.2 worked well for one kit, I can feel them already getting dull by the time of doing the second one. And the 0.1 broke on me. Granted, it was probably my fault because the first week of me using them, I was using them wrong. But, you know. I hope you guys found this video at least borderline entertaining. And I will definitely be back with more. Like I said, this is my first one. So I promise they will be getting better.